Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो धारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. मनोनी ज्ञाने उजड़े का अज्ञाने रुड़े तैसे नवे निर्वाणे ज्ञान मात्र जे. That which is infinite cannot be added upon or subtracted from. This is the simple rule. So the knowledge that we have through the known means of knowledge, that knowledge is finite. See? What is the infinite knowledge and finite knowledge? Take example. Colors and forms, this knowledge is finite. Red color is not yellow, yellow is not blue, blue is not purple. So one color is negated, contradicted by other color. They are all finite. And the vision, which is the Rupa Tanmatra, only form, not a particular form. See? So, vision is the reality behind all colors and forms, and so on. Similarly, the knowledge that we gather through the agency of mind is again of three types. The knower, known and knowledge. And these three are conditioning each other. If there is no knower, knowledge cannot happen. If there is nothing to know, what will be known? But there is a knowledge which is unconditioned by this. This is what is mentioned here. Manoni jnane ujade ka ajnane ude taise nave nirvade. But that knowledge which is not contaminated by the limitations of the sense organs, mind and intellect. See? And that knowledge which is not enhanced by these three means of knowledge is the ultimate nirvana, the absolute, immaculate, pure, uncontaminated, uncreated, unmodifying, unending, ever the same. That is the real truth. See? Jnana matraje. It is not the knowledge of. All our knowledge is of this kind. Knowledge of mathematics, knowledge of chemistry, knowledge of astrology, knowledge of Vedanta, knowledge of cooking, knowledge of bluffing. I was sitting there with Swamiji. One more Swamiji came there. Swamiji, I had not seen you earlier. I said, I am very happy. So what are you teaching here? I said, nothing, bluffs. It is true, only bluffs. The truth is that which is beyond the scope of speech. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa. So whenever you talk anything about the truth, it is a solid bluff. And whatever you talk about an illusion is also a bluff. So every satsanga is a bluff sanga, not satsanga. This is not my vichar. This is Sant Jnaneshwari tells. If I tell you this, Swamiji is bluffing. But when he will, okay, it must be so. They say nirvane jnana matraje. Now, then a doubt comes. Pari jnana matre nikade, teche ki taya kade, kai dekhije bubure bubura jevi. How can this pure knowledge, which cannot be objectified? See, our J. Krishnamurti ji used to use one term, objectless awareness. We are aware of waking, we are aware of dreaming, we are aware of deep sleep, we are aware of samadhi. He used to say objectless awareness, meaning that knowledge where objectivity is banned. No objectivity. So, parijnana matre nikhade. In the pure knowledge, in absolute conscious self, techi ki daya kare, can we say that I know myself? Can I say I exist? This is possible if I have a doubt. See, I think I exist here. No, we don't think. Kai dekhije bubure bubura jevi. In the same manner, can the eyes see themselves? In the same manner, the principle is the subject can never become an object. Now go again within. This shunting you should continue every now and then. Colors and forms are seen by the vision. Colors and forms cannot see the vision. The sense organs can see the whole world, but they cannot see the mind. Mind can experience the joy and sorrows, but cannot know the eye. The eye can illuminate the waking, etc., but the Chetana is beyond that. The Chetana is against the Jada, the inert, but pure conscious existence is beyond all that. This path, this is the GPS for every seeker. So start from the world, drop it. First station, sense organs. Conquer them. Next station, mind. Go beyond likes and dislikes. Next station, I. Drop this I, come to principle of life. Drop this principle of life, come to know you are beyond death and life. If you have understood, Satyanas. Because if you have understood, then you are making it a concept. It is not a concept. Can you say, I understood myself? Okay. Therefore, further, Akasha apane yarighe, kai agi apane ya lage, apule matha volghe, apana konni. Can the space enter the space? Can the fire burn itself? Can the can somebody carry himself on his own head? So many examples. Dithi apanaya dekhe. Can the vision see itself? Swada apanaya sakhe. Can the tasting buds taste themselves? Nada apule aike nadapana. Can the sound hear its own sound? Surya suryasi vivade. Ka phada apanaya phade. Parimala parimale gheta ase. Will the sun illuminate the sun? Meaning, can there be a division between the illuminator and the illumined? There cannot be. Can the ka phala apane pe phale? Will the fruit test itself? No, I am good one or a bad one. Similarly, about the smell, smell cannot smell itself. They say in the same manner, apanaya apana janate nave jana. Therefore, we cannot know ourselves objectively. In objective knowledge, there is success, failure. But in subjective experience, there is neither success nor failure. Our being, we are always aware. Is it a success or a failure? No. Therefore, Manoni Jnanapane Vina Jnana Matraje. And therefore, it is that knowledge where the known means of knowledge, sense organs, mind and intellect, they are not operating. That knowledge is our essential nature. आणि ज्ञान ऐसी सोये ज्ञानपणेची जरी साहे तरी अज्ञान हेही नो हे ज्ञानपणेची. And therefore, if we say like this, that if we insist that the knowledge must be known, then it is ignorance. Knowledge cannot be known. It can't become an object of knowledge. This is a fundamental rule. Subject can never become an object. Therefore, if we say, I know myself, then we are living at the mind level. What is great if you know yourself? Can we be proud of, do you know I am alive? But others are miserable. See? जैसे तेज जे आहे ते अंधारे किरण हे मा तेज तरी होय तेजसे काही. When it is light, there cannot be any darkness. And therefore, can we say the light is bright? When there is no opponent, darkness, so what is the greatness about it? But if we try to describe the light, do you know, light is that where there is no darkness. Meaningless words. In the same manner, if we are able to catch this point, they say, असणे आणि नसणे हे नाही जया होणे आता मिथ्या ऐसे येणे बोले गमे. Now a doubt is raised. Okay, you cannot say is and is not. Yes. Then, is it an illusion? If you remember, I told you in the beginning, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, world is an illusion. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, everything is Brahman. Therefore, Brahman is Mithya. See here, the same topic. Asane ani nasane. Illusions appear, but they are not. So, asane ani nasane, he nahi jaya hone. That which cannot fall in the purview of is and is not, then it is mithya. Ata mithya aise yene bole game. Okay, we understood now. Brahman is mithya. Because you cannot say it is and it is not. Therefore, Brahman is mithya. Is it okay? So the teacher says, Tari kahi nahi sarvata, aisi jari vyavastha, tari nahi he prata kavanasi pa. Now here the deep point comes. See, friends, who establishes the absence? This is a rule we have to clearly understand. I told you a number of times. Knowledge cannot happen without the knower. Otherwise, two chairs sitting next to each other start talking. कल कौन बैठा था? पता नहीं यार, मोटू आया था. No. There has to be a knower for the knowledge to happen. In the same manner, kahi nahi sarvatha. There is nothing. Who knows this? Even the absence has to be authenticated by the eternal presence. See, friend, this is called as Mahashunya. In the Yoga Shastra, they use this word. तरी नाही हे प्रथा कवणासी. देर इज नथिंग हू नोज दिस थिंग, नथिंगनेस. शून्य सिद्धांत बोध कोण सत्ता होय सिद्ध, नसता हा अपवाद वस्तुसी जो. देअरफॉर दिस सिद्धांत बोध, शून्य, absolute void, this is the word they use. There is absolute void, shunyavad. There is nothing. In Panchadashi also, in the 3rd chapter, when the teacher was teaching Panchakosh Vivek, and there the teacher tells, you reject the Annamaya Kosh, Pranamaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Vijnanamaya Kosh, Anandamaya Kosh, thereafter what remains is the truth. So the student says, if all the Panchakoshas are rejected, nothing remains. But who authenticates the absence? The one who is establishing the absence is eternal presence. That is what the truth is. And therefore, it is said that Malavita dive, Malavita jari malave, tari deep nahi pave konasi pa. Somebody was asked, go to that room and switch off. So he went and switched off the light. See? And the person who switched off the light, will he disappear in the darkness? Yes, he will disappear in the darkness, but he's still there. Because there is no light, you can't see him. So from our standpoint, he is not there. But who establishes that earlier there was a light, now there is no light? That illuminator and supporter of both the light and the darkness is beyond the light and the darkness. In the same manner, की निद्रे चेनी आलेपणे निदेले जे जाय प्राणे तरी नीद भली हे कोणे कोणासी पा. Similarly, the sleep is there. After that, has somebody disappeared? In the deep sleep, we are neither waker, dreamer, deep sleeper. See? This point also please understand. In the deep sleep, there is no deep sleeper, there is no waker, and also there is no deep sleeper sleeping. If he is sleeping, who will know that there was a good sleep? Therefore, nidre cheni alepane nidele je jaya prane. Therefore, when there is a sleep, who has disappeared? The waker and dreamer, etc. But not the one who is supporting the sleep is ever the same, because he knows I had good sleep or bad sleep. घट घटपणे ना भासे तद भंगे भंगे आभासे सर्वथा नाही ते नैसे कोणी म्हणावे. If there is a pot, yes, there is a pot, it is broken. Then who knows this, that there is a pot and there is no more a pot? So the asti nasti, existence and non-existence of the proper and broken pot is authenticated by somebody. That somebody, eternal presence, can never be negated. And therefore, presence and absence do not apply to the truth. Now it is day, it is not night. Can we say, now I am, yesterday I was not? We cannot experience our absence. We can be absent-minded. We cannot be absent. म्हणोनी काही नाही पण देखता नाही नोहे आपण, नोहोनी असणे विण असणे जे. Therefore, nahi pana, one's own absence, dekhata nahi nohe apana. And when we try to establish the absence of our own being, it is to be authenticated by the presence. And therefore, na huini asane vina, that which doesn't exist as independent is the ultimate reality, wherein objectivity is completely negated. This reality is the ultimate knowledge. Now see where from we have come. We have taken care of the objective world. Then we have taken care of the experiences of the objective world. Then now we have come to the experiencer. Now who is the experiencer? If he is functioning through the sense organs, he is a relative one. If he is functioning through the mind, he is a dreamer. If he has dropped all the conditionings, he is a deep sleeper. So there are two kinds of expressions. One is with the conditioning of the sense organs, mind, etc. And second is without the conditioning of the sense and etc. But the truth is the one which is supporting both the presence and absence. And therefore, we cannot use the worldly language whether the truth is or truth not or truth is not. This is the ultimate reality which cannot be spoken in terms of anything. परी आणिका क्या आपणिया न पुरे विश्व होवायवया म्हणोनी नसावया कारण की. Therefore, this knowledge, the supreme self that we are, can never be an objective thing. It has to be only the subject. But what subject? That subject which has no contamination of objectivity. What we normally know, the subject with reference to the object. Have you seen Ganges? No, I have not seen Ganges. Have you seen yourself? No, I have not seen myself. The moment objectivity is dropped, we are one with ourselves. How do we drop the objectivity? Discard all the conditionings. Worldly things, sense organs, mind. Let the mind remain quiet. When the mind is quiet, it is not reacting. And yet we continue to be. Meaning, presence or absence of colors and forms have no impact on the vision. Presence or absence of waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi has no impact on me. And therefore, Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedyaha. This aham has to be recognized. That is what is meant here. Therefore, we can never become an object of knowledge, and therefore we cannot say it is present or absent. It is beyond this. Some examples are given. Jo niranjani nidela, to aniki nahi dekila, apalahi nimala atavataya. Suppose a person was sleeping in a forest, nobody along with him there. So, he is not known by anybody because he is alone in the forest. And then he is sleeping also himself. Therefore, he also cannot know himself. Does it mean he doesn't exist? Therefore, to summarize the whole thing, the main idea is drop the impact of the objective knowledge from your life. And therefore, we tell so many times, don't get lost when you are praying, Krishna has come, Krishna has gone, or I was sitting and something happened, something garam was going up here like that, and I was, Corona. Don't get carried away by that. My friends, it happens. It's not that it doesn't happen. But if you give importance, it will destroy you. See? When you open the eyes, you will see something. But if we give importance to that, then we are caught. Similarly, these are the tricks of the mind. Mind only goes on imagining. See, I was going and one cat crossed the road. And then I was thinking I should cross or not. But they say if the cat crosses the road, it is not good, it is inauspicious. Then somebody comes and crosses. Now I can cross. Where is going on in the mind? The same thing is going on in the mind of the cat. This man is crossing me, whether I should go or not. See, friends. These are all the tricks of the mind. Don't become the sentimental kind of thing. See? परी जीवे नो नाही नोहे तैसे शुद्ध असणे आहे ते बोलणेही न साहेत असे नाहीचे. Therefore, one cannot even talk the language of negation. Therefore, it is also need not be said. See? Now take our own experience. Do we have the experience of our absence? We cannot. Is it therefore necessary to tell that I am? When there is no option of our absence, what is the need to tell that I am? हम ब्रह्मास्मि, ठीक है तू हो गया मैं नहीं हूं. See? Now take a gross example. Suppose I start telling everybody, do you know I am a man actually? See, beard, I am a man. I am not a woman. I am a man. Please understand me. What people will say? Why he is insisting? They will start doubting. Exactly the same way. When you keep on telling, Aham Brahmasmi, we have no doubt. Why? You have doubt or what? See, friends, Shabdajalam Maharanyam Chitta Brahmana Karanam. Don't get caught up in these words. Therefore, the best thing is Mauna Vyakhya. And what is this Mauna? It is not the like somebody was asking one student. He did Namaskar, so I did like this. Swamiji, you are in Maunam or what? I said, no. Gira Maunam hi Balanam. When there is a need, talk. When there is no need, shut up. See? No. I am observing Mauna. And thereafter, move with a paper and pencil. What? This one has gone on casual leave. So the additional work was given to the hand. Whether your mind is expressing through the speech or the hand, both are the karmendriyas. See? And why make complicated? So you write something and the other person, I can't read it. I did all these techniques. It's a great fun. In Vrindavan it happened. I met some Mahatmadi. He called. I said, I can't read this. Then again he wrote, English I don't know. Great fun. Life is like a cup of tea. Depends how you make it. We make it bitter and complain, oh, it's so bad. Similarly, Pari jive nahi no het aise shuddha asane aahe. So it is not the existence of. We all know only of. Existence of something, knowledge of something, experience of something, joy of something, see? Husband of something, something or someone. And that of something is the problematic. See, the more you become aware of this thing, you will be so light in your life, not become serious. He bolne hi na sahe, ase nahi che. Therefore, this absence is such that it cannot even tolerate the presence. Dithi apanaya murde, tai dithi panahi mode, pari nahi no he pude, janachi. If the vision is turning inside, then should we say that the vision is there or not? It is a vision when it is extrovert, when it is introvert, it is a mind. But it is not destroyed in the same manner. When we are identified with the body, we are Jiva or Waker. When we are not identified with the body, we are Brahman. So, play. When you are with the body, play the game of life. After it is over, again go back. See? Don't carry the husband with you 24 hours. Carry him only as long as you are along with her. See? And then ask her, you have not gone to your parents' place for so many years now. Don't you remember your mother, father? Why? No, I'm just asking because you have not gone. Go. See, friends. Therefore, when we sleep, we are not absent. Waker is absent. When the dream breaks, nothing happens to us. We are the same. This point I told you is very important thing to know. One is, I am repeating it. We have already discussed this, but by God's grace, you must have forgotten. The Mukhyatma, what we are talking about, absolute self, which is beyond the scope of speech. Now, this Mukhyatma gets identified with the body and becomes Mithyatma. Now, don't ask a question. Why the Mukhyatma gets identified with the body? It is like that. Will you ask a question? Why the mirror is reflecting? It is like that. Don't waste your time on that. Okay. Now, after the body identification happens, a Mithyatma. Then the next stage, after the Mithyatma, then Gaunatma is born. The Gaunatma is what? All relations. Mother, father, brother, husband, wives. And who is living the life? Neither the Mithyatma, the body is living the life, nor the Paramatma is living the life. The life is lived by these non-existing entities. See, friends, when one man becomes 3, 4 because of the conditioning, has he really become 3? Where are they? Where is the husband? Where is the father? Where is the mother? Nowhere. And they are miserable. How can you help somebody who doesn't exist? Now, to come out of it, one more thing, and that is called as Paramarthik Jiva or Paramarthik Atma. And in the dream, it is the Pratibhasik Atma. Now, see how many Atma? Mukhyatma, then Mithyatma, then Vaker, that is the Vyavaharik Atma, then secondary one, the Gaunatma, and then the dream one, the Pratibhasik Atma. How many? 5 of them. Has this one become 5? No. Root is identification with the body, is not the root. Identification with the body is taken real. Looking into the mirror and seeing the reflection is not the issue. Issue is taking that reflection as real. Exactly the same way. Taking this Mithyatma body identification as real, from here the samsara begins. Friends, in deep sleep we are identified with the body, but we don't take it real. See? Now to practice this, again start analyzing our own experiences. Whatever good or bad happened to the Pratibhasik Atma, that is the dreamer. When we are out of the dream, we are now the waker, the Vyavaharik Atma. Then what is our attitude toward that dreamer? Come on, yeah, it was just a dream, forget about it. We don't get carried away by the dreams unless we are extraordinary. Now, next step. If we are tired of being mother, father, brother, husband, wife, sister, Swamiji, what to do, I don't know, I'm so fed up, Then come to Dayananda Ashram for retreat. अच्छे खासे घर में बैठे थे. I want realization. Come here. So, we change the track from the samsara. Now we start going to satsanga. And then a Paramarthik Atma is born. Now the waker is no more influenced by the good or bad of the dreamer. Exactly the same way, the Paramarthik Atma, the seeker, is really born when he does not take all the Gaunatma, mother, father, brother, husband, wife relations too seriously. Then a Paramarthik Atma or the seeker is born. And then this seeker, he will not take the events of his life too seriously. Then he will be able to understand what Dhaneshwar Maharaj is telling. Otherwise, we listen to satsanga, again we come back to square one. Swamiji, that day when I was coming, my husband got very angry. You go, I am not coming. I came, but now I am thinking whether I had done or right or wrong. Who can help you? Therefore, friends, slowly, slowly we have to rise above. Don't take this life too seriously. You have not created anything, you are not responsible. Like people ask this question, on Ganges Bank only, Rishikesh only there. Swamiji, why God has created such a terrible world? I said, I don't know. No, no, you know everything. I said, did I tell you God created the world? No. Then who told? They say, they go and ask them. But how to then ask the God directly why you created the world? He will regret looking at you. का काळा राहे काळवखा तो आपणा ना आणिका no चोजवे तरी असिका हामी का बाणे. If somebody is absolutely dark black and he is standing in a dark room to such an extent that he himself cannot see himself, so will he have the doubt whether I am or not? Others may have. So we'll ask, is there somebody? He'll say, ha, me. Yes, I am there. You go to Kerala. Some temple I had gone, I remember. In Kerala, they do not have the electric light inside the Garbhagruha. The temple is made out of black stones. Vigraha is black stone. And this type of flame, because of the soot which comes out, that is also black everywhere. Panditji is also black. And when you go there, you have to see where is God, where is God, where is God, there is nowhere. And then the Panditji bring that flame in front of the God. Mil gaya, again gone. Everything black. But the person who is there, he knows I am. In the same manner, we do not require any other authority of knowledge to be of what we are. And therefore, तैसे असणे का नसणे हे काहीची मानुसवाणे नसोनी असणे ठाये ठावो. Therefore, the truth is beyond the scope of is and is not. Therefore, work on this thing. When we do not have the experience of our absence, is it necessary to assert that I am? We go beyond is and is not. Now apply this principle. Whatever is recognized as is and is not falls in the purview of mind. And that which does not get limited by these two principles of is and is not is the ultimate truth. Therefore, asane ka nasane he kahi sa manusavane. There is nothing like is and is not. And therefore, nasoni asne, although it is not, yet it is, because beyond existence and non-existence, that is the ultimate reality. Example is given, निर्मळपणी आपुला आकाशाचा संचू विराला तो स्वय असे पुढिला नाही का की. See, if the water is absolutely clean, without an iota of dust in that, and it is steady, Once I was in Kedarnath. We went by helicopter many years before. Therefore, we reached very fast. In 5-6 minutes, we reached there. So, darshan also quickly, not much rush. Then, till all the lot comes, we started walking behind Kailash, this temple, Kedarnath temple, about 5 kilometers. And there is a beautiful lake. So, when we saw that lake, oh, how beautiful, the water is stand still. Nothing, as if there is no water here. And so transparent. You can't even imagine that there is something so clean, neat, undisturbed. So I thought, let me put my hand in that and take some water. It was all ice, absolute standstill. In the same manner, when water is absolutely immaculate, pure, no dust, no agitations, then whether there is a water or no water, we cannot see. Exactly the same way. If the river has dried, but that doesn't mean there is no water. If you dig little bit, there is a moisture there. In the same manner, the truth is ever present, uncontaminated by objectivity, and therefore this reality has to be recognized as beyond existence and non-existence. का आंगी की निर्मळपणी हातरली या पोखरणी हे आणि का वाचोनी पाणी सगळेच आहे. Whether the water is clean, neat, or it is not seen, or when you dig and it comes out, that doesn't mean there are different waters. It is one and the same. In the same manner, Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, Samadhi, this is supported by the one reality, and that is our essential nature. आपणा भाग तैसे असणीची जे असे आहे नाही ऐसे सांडूनिया. Therefore, the ultimate is we have to recognize our essential nature as beyond the scope of is and is not. And therefore, what will happen as the ultimate? Fear of death will disappear. So far, we have never experienced our absence. After studying Vedanta, you have lost your right to be miserable, you have lost your right to die, unless you are from Australia. Australians, they are never leave. You ask them, when did you come to die? I am not asking where from or what. When did you come to die? So they want to die again and again. निदेचे नाहीपणी आणि निमालिया ही जागरण असी जे जे नेण कोण न होनी जैसे. When in the deep sleep nothing is, and yet in the absence of everything there is some principle which can never be negated. This way, that existence which is supporting both presence and absence is beyond the duality of presence and absence. भूमी का भूमी कुंभ ठेविजे तई सकुंभता आपिजे तो नेलिया मणिजे ते डेविड. Because we are referring, we keep a pot on the table. We say, see that table with the pot. Then somebody has taken the pot. Then the table without the pot. So the table is untouched by the presence or absence of the contents. In the same manner, in case of the pot, is the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, samadhi. They come and go. We ever remain the same. Never have we come, never have we gone. Never are we born, never do we die. Never do we grow, never do we modify. No experience of birth, no experience of growth. See? Somebody calls us old. But what old people's pathetic joke, you know that? I don't feel I am old. That's a tragedy. You must feel you are old. And we have no experience of death. And ultimate, we have no experience of our absence. This reality is beyond the scope of is and is not. And therefore, परी दोन्ही ते भाग न शिवती भूमीचे अंग ते वेळी भूमी तैसे चांग चोखसे असणे. Therefore, presence or absence of content on the table does not add or take away anything from the table. In this manner, we have completed the fourth chapter. Now we will enter the fifth chapter, and in this fifth chapter, there is such a great joy. I like this chapter very much. And it is Satchidananda Padatrayi Vivaranam. Here, many seekers, Vedantis, will get a shock. It's so beautifully brought out. When I read for the first time, I was so thrilled. I said, hey, come on, somebody is like me also. Satta Prakasha Sukha Ya Tihi Tahi Une Lekha Jaise Vishapane Visha Visha Nahi. No, in Taittiriya Upanishad, second Valli, there is a mantra Satyam Dhyanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyomanna Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti. On this mantra, Bhagavan Shankaracharya has written a huge commentary. See what is said. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. He who knows, recognizes the presence of that Brahma in the Guha. Guha means not a Bengali. Among Bengali, there is a title Guha. Guha means Panchakoshas. He who we recognize that Parame Vyomanna in the Chidakash. Parame Vyomanna. Then what will happen? Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. He will attain fulfillment of all their desires. Meaning, he will have been left with no desires thereafter. Brahmana Vipaschiteti. He who has thus known the truth is free from the desires. Now, from this mantra, if you see it superficially, what it means, okay, the Brahman is inside the Guha, outside is the Annamaya Kosha, inside is the Pranamaya Kosha, inside is the Manomaya Kosha, inside is the Vijnanamaya Kosha, inside is the Anandamaya Kosha, and in that, like a sesamum seed, Atma is suffering. No. See, friends, therefore, our scripture says, Tad Vijnanartham Guru Meva Vigachet Samit Panihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. If you simply read the books and commentaries, it will never lead to understanding correctly. See? Now take this. We will do it upside down. Be fully attentive. Space is outside, space is inside. This inside-outside is valid because we have given undue importance to the walls. From the walls point of view, inside-outside is valid. From the spaces point of view, there is no inside, there is no outside. So from the spaces point of view, the hall is in the space. Therefore, whatever are the qualities of the outer space are the same qualities of inner space. Because they are not two. That space appears to have been divided by the wall, but where are the walls? Walls are also in the space. See, friends. And therefore, in big cities, they demolish the small houses and construct a multi-storied. So when the small house is demolished, do that small house owner take their space with them? See? And there are huge houses constructed. Do they add space from outside? Everything is happening in the space. Now, next step. external air, internal air. If these two airs are not connected, when they do kumbhak, how long should we do kumbhak, Swamiji? Maybe about half an hour is enough. Then what will happen? Second question will not come. You will be liberated from all the doubts. So external air, internal air. See? Therefore, what is the truth? The truth is not inside the body. Meaning the air is not inside the body. The body is in the air. Where from inside outside has come? Because undue importance is given to the body. My friends. Now, next step. That object which is included in the mind is outside. Like this camera stand is outside. Where the knowledge is happening, is it happening there or it is happening inside? See? So the mind has to be common. The same mind which is receiving that object, it is the same mind which is knowing that object. See, friends, think again and again. Therefore, the mind is not in the body is in the mind. But what is our understanding? Our understanding is mind is inside. See? When in the deep sleep, we drop body identification, that time we are inside the body or outside the body? We are there. Think. Then we know the body is in me, I am not in the body. This is the ultimate meaning. But what we misunderstand is given first, then we'll negate it. So Satya Prakasha Sukha Satchidananda Ya Tihi Tahi Une Lekha Jaise Vishapane Visha Vishanahi. See? Here is given example. These three words: existence, consciousness, and bliss. Satchidananda. Now they have no meaning for themselves. In fact, there is no meaning to Satchidananda. For example, even given या तिही तही उण देख जैसे विषपणे विष विषा नाही. Like poison is not poisonous to the poison. See? Otherwise, the sugar cane will suffer from diabetes. The cobra will die of poisoning. Doesn't happen. Is it necessary to tell that the poison is poisonous? No need. Then what you want to tell? We go further. Kanti Kachinya Kanaka Tihi Mioni Kanaka Eka Drava Godi Piyuka Piyukachi Jevi. Kanti brightness, Kachinya hardness, Kanaka gold. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Kanti brightness, Kachinya hardness, Kanaka gold, Tihi Mioni Eka Kanaka. All these three put together are referring only to one, and that is the gold. Similarly, Dravi Godi Piyukha. Liquidity, sweet, and nectar, Piyukha. Tihi Piyukachi Jevi. We are talking only about this. Further, Ujad Dhruti Margava Yahatihi Univa Dekhiji Saveva Kapuri Eke. Karpura is Ujada white, Dhruti is got good smell, and Mardava it is soft. All of these three things together are referring only to the Karpura. Similarly, आंगे कीर उजाळ की उजाळ तोची मवाळ या दोन्ही ना परिमळ मात्राची जे whiteness and softness is whiteness. They are not separate. Now to make it simple, take the example from the Upanishad. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Now are we talking the Satyam Jnanam Anantam as adjectives? Suppose we say blue, big, fragrant lotus. Now in this, blue is an adjective because blue could be anything. Need not be lotus only. Fragrance could be to anything. Big can be anything. So these three are adjectives to the lotus. Is it this way? Satchit, Ananda, they are the adjectives to the Brahman. See? Then that which is Sat itself is Chit. They are not adjectives. See? They are referring to the same reality. That which is Sat is the Chit, and the division when gone, it is Ananda. Therefore, Brahman, when it is spoken Satchidananda, we are not talking about three different things. We are talking about one reality. Te doni na parimala matra chije. Therefore, the whiteness and softness and whiteness, they are not separate from each other in the same manner. Sat is the Chit and Chit is the Sat, and they are together Ananda. ऐसे एके कापुरपणि तिहि इये तिनि उणि या परि आटनि सत्वाधिकांची. Therefore, when we take the word kapur or the karpur or the camphor, which includes the other three, we don't have to separately say. When we say karpura, we include white. When we say karpura, we include the fragrance. When we say karpura, we include the softness. They are not separate from the karpura. Exactly the same way. Ya pari atni sattva-adikanchi. Same way. Satyam jnanam anantam satchidananda. They have no meaning apart from you. So, ye ravi satchidananda bhede chalali tihi pade pari tihi uni anande keli kede. Therefore, in the same manner, these pointers, which are the pointers? Satchit Ananda. These are the three pointers. Salati tini pade. All the three are used for what? Paritihi une anande keliyene. Therefore, these three things, they are the pointer referring to what? Sat refers to the existence. Chit refers to the consciousness. Ananda refers to the bliss. Are they different from the reality? Meaning, can Sat be non-blissful? Can Chit be non-blissful? Can the bliss be without being Sat and Chit? Meaning what? One reality alone is referred by three ways. And one girl is referred as the daughter, as the wife, and as the mother. Does it mean she has become three? Are the child, or the daughter, or the wife, or the mother, are these adjectives? They are not adjectives. See, friends. Therefore, when we talk about Satchidananda, it is not something different. It is our own being. That which is Sat alone is Chit. If the Sat is not Chit, then it is Achit. Achit means Jada. That which is Jada cannot be the truth. If the Chit is not the Sat, then it is Asat. Asat means non-existence. Therefore, these are not the adjectives. But they are one and the same. Sattachi sukha prakashu. Prakashachi satta ullasu. He na nivade mishtashu amruti jevi. Therefore, Sat is also the consciousness, and the consciousness is the bliss. In this manner, you cannot separate them like the sweetness from the sweet. They are one and the same. And therefore, शुक्ल पक्षाची या 16 दिवसे वाढती कळा परी चंद्र मात्र सगळा चंद्री जेवी. So during the Shukla Paksha, the size of the moon starts increasing, Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya. So when the moon is increasing day by day, does it mean anything is happening to the moon? Moon is the same. In the same manner. Whether expressing as the world, expressing as the faculties, expressing as the body, or expressing as anything, is the same reality, which alone is the reality, and that is our essential nature. Therefore, truth is experienced only by being. There is no other option. It is not, I have seen God. Thereafter, what you have done? I went for a cup of tea. Alone? No, I requested him come. He said, eh, and went away. Friends, this is not the truth. The truth can be known, experienced by being. Because being and knowing are not two. One and the same. Shukla Pakshachi ya 16 disati vadati kara. Is it that the moon is increasing or decreasing or no? Only because of the conditioning. Therefore, because of the conditioning, the same girl is called as the daughter, conditioning is the mother or the father. The same girl is called as the wife, conditioning is the husband. The same girl is called as the mother, conditioning is the child. Does it mean she has become many? And who is miserable? These three. What should be done? Karnataka. Friend, this is the highest spiritual practice. This is the only solution for all the problems of life. And practice is Karnataka. He has studied Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Mahapuran. What have you understood? What I have understood, I can tell you. I understood only one thing. Both Rama and Krishna, they were playing fool with us. When Bhagwan Ram went to the forest, 13 years enjoyed in Chitrakoot, no problem. Enjoyed. Then he got bored there. He said, come on, let's go out for change. All right. But look here, there are too many Rakshasas here. So, take out a Xerox copy. Originally, hide in the fire element. So, Sitaji, original was hidden in the fire element and Xerox copy came out. This was not known to anybody except Bhagwan Ram and Sita Amma. And then Ram, then Xerox copy and Lakshmanji. And thus going, all drama was done. Then Ravana came and took away what? Xerox copy. Original is still with me. See? But Bhagwan Ram, what a drama he played. Oh trees, oh plants, oh birds, where is my Sita? I can't. Then Jatayu comes. Yes, you have seen her. You know that was a fake, and you know. Are you not doing the same? As if listening. Whole life is either Rama Leela or Krishna Leela. Don't take anything too seriously. But we take life so serious. And that is why all our gods are smiling. Beku bana diya. He is so happy. Chalo, ek jagah chabi lag gayi. You can imagine a drama. A girl comes somewhere in a garden. And a boy comes and looks at her. She looks at him. They dhada se fall down in love. And then they go to their respective parents. The girl says to her father, Dad, I want to get married to that fellow. This fellow says, Dad, I want to get married to that girl. They say, okay, get married. And drama over. मजा आया कुछ? The boy comes and he tells his mother, Mommy, I want to get married to her. To her you want to get married? If you want to get married to her, you will have to cross my dead body. And then music. Dun, 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 dun. Then the boy says, Mom, if I had to cross your dead body, I will have to wait very long because you are not going to die quickly. मजा आया ना? See, friends, every test is necessary in life. But we want only one type, like the Americans. Wherever you go, McDonald's. We can never think beyond that, You go to, in our country, anywhere you go. See, go to Punjab, bharta, tayar. Go to South India, idli ready to play with you. Therefore, take life as it comes. Don't insist for anything. And know, the one who is supporting the day alone is supporting the night. The one who is supporting the joy alone is supporting the miseries. Focus your attention away from the experiences to the experiencer. Therefore, like the moon keeps on increasing and going down, there is a beauty in that. Chaudhavi ka chand. How beautiful it is. Otherwise, imagine like the sun, moon is round all the time. Kya maja aayega? Then there cannot be a song. Ek raat mein do chand khile. One in the sky, one on the head. Narayana. थेंबी पडता उदक, थेंबी धरू ये लेख, परी पडल्या ठाई उदक, वाचूनी आहे. When rains fall, we say drops are falling. Rain drops are falling. You may call it by a different name, but it is water only. In the same manner, whether you call Paramatma or the life or the world or the sense organs or the mind or the intellect, anything, only Paramatma alone, because everything is only existence. When we are thus able to see the water in all the forms of water, then our vision is perfect. In the same manner, in and through all the experiences of our life, there is one common denominator. Catch it. And it can be caught if we are playing a role perfectly well. While playing the role, do perfectly well. After it is over, immediately remove the costume and be normal. See, continuing further, तैसे असताची या व्यावृत्ती, सत म्हणे आले श्रुती, जडाची या समाप्ती, चिद्रूप ऐसे. Therefore, what is the meaning of Satchidananda? So, asatachi ya vyavritti, to negate the non-existence, sat, the existence is said. To negate the jadachiya samapti, to negate the inertness, consciousness is said. Further, dukkhache ni sarvanashe uralete sukha aise, to negate the miseries, ananda is said. Therefore, Satchidananda is a negative definition of the truth. What troubles us is the asat. What troubles us is the jada. What troubles is the misery. So that which is sat, meaning no possibility of destruction. Therefore, sat. No possibility of asat. So to negate the asat, sat is said. To negate the inertness, the chit is said. To negate the miseries, ananda is said. Actually, the truth is neither sat, nor chit, nor ananda. Therefore, ऐसी सदादि प्रतियोगिये असदादि तिनिये लोटिता जाली त्रये सत्तादिके. And in this manner, all the three terms, this existence, knowledge, and the consciousness or the bliss, they are only cancelling their opposites. That is not a positive definition of the reality. Positive definition of reality is keep your mouth shut. How to keep the mouth shut? Whatever you talk or hear, don't give too much importance. Meaning, let there be any experience, but let no experiencer be born. See? ऐसी सतादि प्रतियोगी Satchid Ananda is said to negate their opposites. Asadadi tiniye lotita jati traye sattadike. When these three things are negated, then all the Satchid Ananda also disappears. Because there is a disease, we take the medicine. But after the disease is over, we don't keep on taking the medicine every day. No. In the same manner, when the wrong notions about ourselves, our every experience are negated, thereafter, it is not that, do you know, आज का अपन ब्रह्मन हो गए यार, तुम्हारा क्या हाल है? No. Continue to be as it is, no change, no nothing. एवं सच्चिदानंद आत्मा हा ऐसा शब्द तो अन्य व्यावृत्ति सिद्ध वाचक नवे. See how beautiful it is. Therefore, Satchidananda is not the right description of the truth. Vachaka nave. Then, what it is? Anya vyavruti siddha. Only for the negation of the asat, sat is said. Negation of the inertness, chit is said. Negation of the misery, ananda is said. Friends. Then you don't have to sing the song. Mera satta chitta ananda rupa koi koi jane. Therefore, see how deep Sant Jnaneshwar has taken us. Surya cheni prakashe, je kahi jada abhase, tatha to givase surya kai. See? Now be attentive. Original light cannot be seen. It is only the reflected light that is seen. See? Here it is said, the objects which are inert by itself, they are not self-illumined. And therefore, we take the use of the sun, and then that sun will illuminate that object. So by looking at the illumined object, we infer the sun. See? Now this example I have given you the other day, here we will repeat it. Be very attentive. When our attention is on the objects, we remain indifferent to the light. When our attention is to the object and the light, we remain indifferent to the electricity. Similarly, when we are too much involved in the objects, we are slaves of those objects and we forget our faculties. When we are enslaved by our faculties, Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, we forget our mind. When we are enslaved by our mind, we forget our I, what for we are here. And when we have forgotten that, we are leading only a life of being nothing but just living. No. We have to slowly grow about it. And then we come to know that the consciousness reflects as Jada and Chetan depending upon the conditioning. The Chetan further gets divided into mind, sense organs, organs of action, and the world. This bubble gum coming out and going in, constantly going on. Therefore, nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्त मध्यानि भारत अव्यक्त निधनान्नेव तत्र का परिदेवना. देयरफॉर सूर्याचे निप्रकाशे जे काही जड आभासे तथा ते दिवसे सूर्यकाई. See? So our eyes can see colors and forms. Colors and forms cannot illuminate the eyes. The sun can illuminate the whole world. The world cannot illuminate the sun. In the same manner, तेवी जेणे तेजे वाचेसी वाच्यता सुजे ते वाचा प्रकाशिजे एके आहे. केनोपनिषद. यद वाचा न विदितम येन वागभ्युद्यते तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि नेदम यदिदम उपासते. These 5 mantras from Kenopanishad, they are words reflecting again and again. It is called as abhyasa. Now here, yad vachana viditam, that which cannot be illuminated, spoken of by the speech, but that because of which the speech is able to speak. That is the Brahman, number 1. That alone is the Brahman, number 2. That Brahman alone has to be known, number 3. And that Brahman alone, which is to be known, is you. 3, 4 points. नेदम यदिदम उपासते. घंटी बजाओ बंद, बहुत हो गया है. Enough. Go back to yourself. Then we come to know whether I am talking or I am not talking. I continue to be. Whether I see or I don't see, I continue to be. This eternal presence, because of which everything is possible, is a common denominator, and that is to be recognized as one's essential nature. Therefore, whatever we talk is a bluff. We may talk about God, it is a bluff. We may talk about Paramatma, it is a bluff. We may talk about world, it is a bluff. Because God is, or Paramatma is that which is beyond the scope of speech. That which is beyond the scope of speech, whatever you talk is a bluff. The world, everything is an illusion. Therefore, whatever you talk about illusion is also a bluff. Therefore, talking is a bluff. What I am doing? Bluffing. What you are doing? Also bluffing, as if listening. You can see my stamina. Although you are not listening, yet I am talking. I must have been a Sindhi in my last life. See? This I learned in Calcutta. 2 persons opened shops, one Sindhi and one Bengali. Both of them opened shop for cloth. Anybody who goes to the Bengali shop for buying something, that Bengali will ask him 100 questions. What for you want? What is your budget? For whom you want? You want to give it to the servant? You want to give it to your daughter-in-law, to wife, or to the mother-in-law? Examination taken. So the customer goes back. Then he goes to the Sindhi shop. He goes there to buy handkerchief. And he comes out buying 3, 4 saris. How? He doesn't give up. In the same manner, I don't give up. Whether you listen or you don't listen. I'll keep on talking. One day it will hit somewhere. See? It is so simple. So, तेवी जेडे तेजे वाचेसी वाच्यता सुजे ते वाचा प्रकाशिजे ते केहे आहे. Therefore, विशो नाही कोणाही दया प्रमेयत्वचे नाही तया स्वप्रकाशाकायी प्रमाण होय. That which cannot be an object or objective perception, then जया प्रमेयत्वची नाही, which cannot become an object of knowledge, तया सप्रकाशाकाई प्रमाण होय, that which is self-illumined. What other means of knowledge is required to know? And therefore, the Padatrayi, Satchidananda, all these words are ultimately indicating only our own being. प्रमेय परिच्छेदे प्रमाणत्वनांदे ते काय स्वतःसिद्धे वस्तु चाठाई. प्रमेय परिच्छेदे, that which is describing the object of the world, pramanatvanande, then only the means of knowledge is valid. But that which is swatasiddha, that which is self-established, like the sun is self-established. We don't require any other light to see whether there is sunrise or not. In the same manner, we don't require any means of knowledge to know our being. Therefore, friends, these two words to remember again and again. Nirvishesha satta and pramana nirapeksha anubhuti. Nirvishesha satta, don't become anybody. And pramana nirapeksha anubhuti, which is beyond knowledge and ignorance. Which is beyond the scope of thoughts. Which is beyond the scope of is and is not. So, prameya parichede pramanatvanande te kaya swatasiddhe vastu chathai. That which is established, we don't need all that. Evam vastu si jano jata, janane chi vastu tatvata, maga janane ani janata kaisa ure. Aha, how beautiful it is. Evam vastu si jano jata. When you want to know yourself, then janane chi vastu tatvata, the want to know the self itself is the reality. Then janane ani janata, the knower and the known, where are they separate? Friends, there was one Mahatma, he approached Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. 3 days he stayed, he didn't say anything. 4th day, Bhagavan called him. Yes. He said, I see Bhagavan Krishna like I see you. What more? That was the question. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi is so simple. All that comes and goes is a trick of the mind. Which has never come, which never goes. If you hold on to this thumb rule, then we feel ashamed of talking. You know, my meditation was so solid, you know. What about today? Liquid. See, any experience you take, comes and goes, is a trick of mind. Waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi. Waking is buddhi pradhan. Dream is mana pradhan. Sushupti is ahankar pradhan. And samadhi is chitta pradhan. So mana buddhi chitta ahankar. These 4 things are playing havoc. When buddhi is not functional, do we cease to exist? When mind is not functional, do we cease to exist? When the ahankar is not functional, do we cease to exist? When the chitta is not functional, do we cease to exist? Like in the space, things come and go. Nothing happens to the space. The clouds of the waking come and go. The Chidakasha is as it is. The clouds of the dream come and go. Chidakasha is as it is. Be attentive. In Chidakasha, there are 2 of them. Conditioned expression is Jiva, and freed from condition is the pure self. See? Condition expression is husband. Free from the husbandhood is man. Two in one. One is real, other is fake. Jiva is fake, Paramatma is real. Therefore, Sant Dhaneshwar Maharaj described the Chidakasha in a unique way. He said, what is Chidakasha? Chidakasha is solid space. Space means emptiness. So, Bhutakash is emptiness. Then, Chittakash, mind space is emptiness. Because Avakashat Akash. Unless there is emptiness, how can something be there? But when it comes to Chidakasha, Chidakasha is the solid space. Now, what is the meaning of solid space? These terms only great masters can only coin. Solid space means what? Space because it contains everything. Without emptiness, nothing can exist. So, it is a container of everything. Therefore, space. Solid because other than this, there is nothing. So, to understand this, take an example. Gold is a solid space for all the ornaments. All ornaments are unmanifest in the gold. When ornaments are made, they are not brought from outside and put on the gold. Like this object is kept on the table. No. Ocean is a solid space for all the waves. Because all waves past, they were unmanifest in the ocean. The present were also unmanifest, and the future will be also unmanifest. Therefore, avyaktadini bhutani, vyakta madhyani bharata, avyakta nidana neva tatraka paridevana. Nothing is born, nothing dies. Therefore, Chidakasha is a solid space. And therefore, when there are many waves, it is not a burden to the ocean. When all the waves are quietened, it is not a lightness for the ocean. If a Vigraha is made out of gold, that of Rama, gold doesn't become holy. If it is a Ravana, it doesn't become unholy. See? Therefore, our scriptures tell, Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupiti Pancham Shakan. Asti Bhati Priya is the gold. Nama Rupa is Rama Ravana. That is Jagat. We are lost only in the name and the form. The truth is uncontaminated by the name and the form. Sorry to disturb your sleep. एवं वस्तुसी जाणो जाता जाणनेची वस्तू तत्वता मग जाणणे आणि जाणता कैसा उरे. In this manner, एवं वस्तुसी जाणो जाता. When you want to know the self, then जाणनेची वस्तू तत्वता, knowing itself is being. How important it is, my friends. The day we will catch this point perfectly well, your life will become light. No more burden of, according to this text, no more burden of wisdom. See? Swami Garbhadananda, Shrotriya Brahmanishta, ex-IAS officer, discard all upadhis. Nirupadhika satta. Don't forget this word. We are carrying the burden of so many upadhis. In addition to that, one more upadhi. Realize Do you think that Mahatma is realized? I have to take the temperature. Hare Krishna. को महाराज मग जाणणी आणि जाणता कैसा हो रे. When knowing is being, how there can be knower and known? This is the ultimate truth. Therefore, don't get too much carried away. मेरा सत्य चित्त आनंद रूप कोई कोई जाने रे. Relax and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.